Welcome back to our Final Fantasy Origin walkthrough. In this episode we're going to be doing Strangers of Paradise at Cornelia, so let's get cracking on through. This particular stage is quite short and sweet. Let's jump on in. We're going to be rocking the level 30 White Mage and the level 30 Ninja as well. There's no secret memory orb to collect. We already have collected all the secret memories in this walkthrough so far. If you haven't watched the previous episodes and you want to get the secret memory orbs, then, pop back to the walkthrough and grab those secret memories. But other than that, let's just get cracking on through. Nothing too crazy with this stage, it's pretty much just slice and dice. In a straight line, if memory serves. I think it's just straight down the street. So we'll just whack on Divine, Flee, and Magic Regen. There might be a couple of chests kind of knocking around here and there. Nothing too important there, so don't worry too much. I'm going to go with Lightbringer. And the break damage, once again, is just absolutely insane. With Lightbringer and this mace, it just deletes everything off the face of the planet. Look at that break gauge, just get absolutely annihilated. So that is that. It is worth mentioning that you should pop to the smithy and stuff like that. So, in between missions, make sure to be popping to the smithy and, upgrading some gear where you can do. You can actually change the special effects of certain things on the gear. So, for example, if it was set to, HP plus 5%, you could switch that out to strength plus 5 instead, if you wanted to focus more on strength, and so on and so forth. Technically speaking, on this stage, I think you can just run through if you want to. You can actually just run straight through. However, the enemies and stuff drop some pretty good gear, and we will really be needing that gear a little bit later. We got Shadow on, so our Shadow will take that damage for us there. But yeah, you'll notice that there's quite decent gear that is dropping, so it is worth at least taking a few enemies out for the gear. So we'll smash through these. But yeah, our journey to kill chaos is kind of coming to an end soonish. A bit left longer to do. Let's crack on through this. And we've pretty much been using our old faithful, which is the White Mage and the Ninja Wombo combo, which is my personal favourite. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you use different jobs on your playthrough. If you enjoy playing White Mage and Ninja, or maybe you don't. What jobs are you rocking? What jobs are you enjoying? Got some Utsusemi. Your Lightbringer. Just melting through that break gauge. And again. I think I've put some break gauge damage up onto this mace. I tend to focus on break gauge stats. It's because it just makes it so easy to absolutely annihilate through enemies just like that. So anyway, I'm just going to push on forward. It should be towards the end-ish. I'm actually just going to see if we can trigger a cutscene by going past. I think we might have to fight them, but I'm not 100% sure. Here we go. We've got a little bit more to do before we get to the end of the stage by the looks of things. So let's check our anima shards. We've got 4 anima shards. We'll just hold on to them for now and just get cracking on through. It's all good. I'm going to whip on Utsusemi. At this point we play solo, so we don't have allies with us anymore, which make things a little bit spicier, but it's all good. Once again, you can just run through if you want to. I'm going to go for our break gauge special. There we go. So that's just Lightbringer, and we was using Aftershock there, which is the ability on the mace. Ideally we need to be Utsusemi and up, so that's going to save our bacon a lot, especially whilst we are solo as well. This guy's break gauge is almost depleted, so we'll try and get aggressive here and take him out. There we go. Ideally I should really focus with the mace, because that's the thing that smashes the break gauge down. Let's go for it. Just gonna soul shield that. Back up. Let's go for it. Yeah, these enemies can be quite spicy, to be fair. I'm going to go Aftershock and also in Lightbringer as well. So you can see the mace is pretty much just annihilating this break gauge here. So that is that. If that does get a bit too spicy, technically speaking, I'm pretty confident you can just run straight past. Because when you're fighting solo, it definitely is spicier than, you know, when you're fighting with your teammates. And once again, just going to spam skip. A few more enemies to take out. Just going to focus on this Mind Flayer first of all. Aftershock. Aftershock spam. Take them out. Ideally we could do whacking on Lightbringer, because it's going to be a lifesaver really. So what we'll do is Utsusemi up. Also go for haste get. Utsusemi up. And ideally you want to be fighting like one at a time and try not to be like right bang in the middle. I think the idea for this particular section is Lightbringer, but we've not got quite enough MP yet to trigger it, so there we go. So especially because we're fighting solo, the break gauge is really important at this point. Just makes the fights a lot easier. Just be careful. Utsusemi up. Back to the mace. There we go. Just smashing through those break gauges once again. I think what we'll do at this point, we actually don't really need to fight all these, I don't think so. I'm probably just going to heal up and run past. That's our last potion for now. What we'll do is flee. And we'll just run on past. There might be some treasure if you wanted to have a little bit of a nosy and look around for it, but I think we're just going to go for it. So we can rest at the cubes. And I think this is towards the end of the stage if memory serves, so what I'll do is Utsusemi up. Then push on forward. This should trigger another cutscene as we approach this gate. Okay, so let's get cracking. We've got more enemies to take out. I think this is technically kind of classed as a boss fight. We want to be buffed up for this. I'm going to go for Regenga to keep us alive. The Utsusemi shadows are on. And ideally we're going to focus on Aftershock with the mace, because that's the thing that will do the break damage. Can't quite get close enough. Still got two shadows on. That's the one that's done the break gauge in, so good stuff. Still got two shadows on. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Still got two shadows. Going to try and take out the Mind Flayer. 2, 3, Aftershock, 1, 2, 3. Lightbringer is available. Let's pop it. That should do. There we go. Once again, that Aftershock is pretty much saving the day there. Just going to whip out some Utsusemi. And we'll go for haste scat. Pop a potion. And try and get behind. go. 2, 3. There we go. So that is that wave of enemies. Once again, you want to be making sure you got your buffs on your Utsusemi. If you can do like Regenga, Magic Regen. I believe that leads us into the boss fight. Here we go. Which is pretty upsetting, as this is our team that we've actually been working with this entire time. So yeah, this fight can be a little bit spicy. Once again, we're going to go Lightbringer. 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Aftershock all the way. And mace spam. I need to be careful. Make sure we've got Utsusemi on. Oh, I don't think we actually take any damage on this fight.
Disappointed in you. I guess you'll just have to die.
As far as I can see. No, I've just been keeping my eyes peeled on the actual health gauge. The first time that I fought this, I was pretty sure that I was taking damage, but I guess not. So yeah, feel free to face roll your controller. Do what you gotta do. Looks like we're pretty much invincible at this point, so although this is pretty heartbreaking, we're absolutely annihilating our friends here. Cast that back. I think what I'll do to make things easier, because we keep getting like sort of wombo comboed a little bit there by all of our allies, so we'll pop on Utsusemi and then just go for the RB spam with the katana. Pretty heartbreaking. There we go. There goes Sophia. See you later.
The rest is up to you.
Go back onto Utsusemi. RB spam. I think you can kind of like stun lock them if you do the RB spam. So might help out there a little bit. But yeah, this fight is pretty brutal. Once again, I'm getting stun locked there, so I'm just going to Utsusemi up. Almost like a force of habit, like pressing left and right on the D-pad, because you know, like you're so used to like buffing your characters and putting them into limit break mode.
Sorry, must have hurt.
But obviously, it's not really having the same effect as what it has done the whole way through the playthrough. Here we go. Sorry, Neon, but Jack says don't do this as he's like stun locking Neon into a corner. So yeah, a bit of a crazy story plot twist there. Well, there we go. That is the boss fight, and that's the end of the stage. There's loads more video game tutorials, boss guides and walkthroughs on my channel. Some videos have just popped up right now, feel free to check them out and give them a click. I've covered loads of games such as Elden Ring, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Neo 2, Ninja Gaiden and loads more. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.